Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. I hope that you're all doing well. My name is Jamie for those of you that are new here, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general collective message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, the information on how to do so is down below in the description box. Alrighty, y'all, let's get into today's message. We're going to begin with the angel numbers. We'll tap in with the tarot dice, we'll tap in with the tarot deck, and then we'll pull out some oracles. Alrighty, universe. What does the collective need to know at this time? What does the collective need to know at this time, universe? We have 1661. Blessings are coming through relationships. So blessings are coming through relationships. This could be coming in the form of like gifts from friends, from family, even from work. This could be like promotion. So whatever you are asking for, I feel like other people are going to be able to provide it for you. So don't feel like you're not worthy of something, and don't, like sometimes people want to give us things and we're like, oh, no, that's not necessary. You know what? Take it. It's a blessing. Okay? Because, sometimes the universe will use us to bestow blessings on others. The same thing is true when it comes to us. The universe will use other people to bless us. So don't feel like you were unworthy. Now is not a time to feel like you're unworthy or that something isn't necessary. You're being blessed through your relationships. 1991 at the bottom. Let go to receive. Right? You are worthy of receiving these blessings. And don't feel like you're putting somebody out of their way because they're feeling called to do a nice thing for you. Keep the river flowing. Universe. That came out. Let go to receive. Universe, tell us more, please, for the collective. Okay, there's a whole hot mess happening here. Somebody wants you to feel like you're unworthy of something. Maybe this could even be people sending you projections. This could even be people here who are very upset that you're being blessed. Maybe you're being blessed in front of other people and they're feeling some kind of way. Let them feel that kind of way. Don't allow how they feel about themselves, about their unworthiness, to make you feel unworthy. Okay? You deserve these blessings. You've put in the work, you've put in the effort, you've put in the time, you've made the payment to the universe, and it's time for you to receive that. If other people are jealous or envious here, that's a them problem. But don't talk yourself out of something here because you're afraid you're going to hurt somebody else's feelings. We have 222. Alignment. Trust the process. Everything is working out. Trust the process. Sometimes people need to see others win in order for their flame to be lit. 1177. You're a speaker. You're a seeker. Dive deeper. 2002. Unity consciousness. Dream bigger. 1717. You're a leader. Your soul is stepping up. And 555. Major life changes. Embrace the transformation. Embrace the change. Okay, whatever is happening right now, this is something here that you have asked for. You have definitely asked for. You have manifested this. It's time for you to dive deeper. Maybe into your feelings of feeling unworthy here or not wanting to... How do I want to say this? It's given the energy here of you. I feel like you've had to like walk on eggshells here, like tiptoe around certain people here, right? And the energy that they hold. It's kind of the energy of like you don't want somebody to ruin something for you, but you also don't feel like you want to accept something because of what everybody else is going to say. So I don't know what kind of energies you've been dealing with or who's around you. You can still receive your blessings. You can still also move in silence. You don't have to tell everybody everything. Maybe you guys have even been dealing with people who have been acting like monitoring spirits. Like people who have been asking intrusive questions that really have nothing to do with them. You know, the type of people that will see you, oh, you bought a new car. Oh, what's the payment? How can you afford that? How much is your insurance? Where did you go? What was the final price? How much money did you put down? You know, these are things that nobody else needs to know. I mean, only certain people need to know that. Like, if you're married, like, obviously this is a conversation you need to have with your spouse. But this is not something that your neighbor needs to know. And hell, it's not even something your mama needs to know. I'm just gonna keep it real. There are major life changes happening here, and I feel like that's because you know not to, or you're learning not to spill so much of your own tea to the wrong people here. You're letting go in order for you to receive. And you're becoming a leader here. Your soul is stepping up. You're in alignment. Everything is working out. You might be encountering some kind of resistance here because I do feel like, especially when you're clearing karma here with the 7979, part of that clearing of the karma process is doing that shadow work. And in that shadow work is when we release, you know, the cords, the ties, the attachments, the projections from other people, or the way that we feel when we're around certain type of energies. What we've decided to accept in the past is no longer acceptable in our future. And the universe is asking you to dream bigger. Dream bigger. I feel like you've been selling yourself short because you don't want to rock the boat with energies around you. And I feel like this was something that was highly imprinted on you. But you're clearing that karma. The divine grace is flowing through you. And part of that divine grace is seeing things in a bigger picture. That's why you've been diving deeper. You're seeing things from a higher perspective here. Right? Because sometimes people want to make you feel like you're the problem. That you make them feel like they're not good enough. But at the end of the day, that's their own struggles and hurdles that they need to deal with. Major life changes are coming here because you're in alignment. You're stepping up into a leadership position here, and you're being blessed through your relationships. Maybe through new relationships. For some of you, could be coming into actual contact here with your actual soul tribe. People who are on the same page as you, people who are on the same frequency as you, people who actually truly get you and are not intimidated by you. And I feel like that's how you need to start reframing this. It's that these people have been, whoever's been against you, or ultimately really been against themselves, that's the truth. It's not that they don't want to see you succeed. It's that they're intimidated by you because they feel like they can't. If that makes sense. $1313 here at the bottom. Embrace transformation, new skills, and power. You could be accessing new skills, new gifts here at this time. Maybe it's your ability to see things clearer, which is definitely going to serve you in this time. We're going to be using the tarot dice. things might get a little loud, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe, what is going on in the energy? And what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? The Lovers reversed, the Four of Pentacles sideways, and the Six of Pentacles. It's almost upright, but it's kind of sideways, so I'm going to keep it just like that. But this tells me that some kind of balance is getting ready to come in because you've decided to literally let go of a contract here that wasn't serving you. This could be a karmic contract with someone, a family, friend, lover, business. This could just be the way that you have been approaching that contract, right? Because I understand that there are some people, right, especially in the workforce, right, or even in our family, especially when you go to like family gatherings and stuff like that, or even friends of friends, right? Sometimes there are barbecues and stuff, so you have to keep it cordial here. I understand that, but I feel like the way that you cut this person off, like they know that they cannot approach you how they used to approach you. And maybe they're too afraid to even approach you now because you've decided to completely say goodbye. We also have the Ten of Wands here. This could have definitely been an ego blow to someone when you decided to cut this cord, when you decided to finally say goodbye. I'm no longer tolerating that. And even then, all that has to do with just the way that you view the relationship, right? The way that you categorize it in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. Right? It's about the value that you've placed on it. You've changed the value of it, which changes the game of that relationship. And that in itself cuts a cord. We have the Three of Cups reverse. So this was definitely... I want to say the party is over. This is definitely somebody here who was feeling like they were having too much of a good time in your energy, or that you were... It's like you were being used in some kind of way in order... I'm getting a couple different messages off of this. For some of you, it's kind of like you were the joke. You were the butt of the joke in the situation here. And that's why the party is over, because now that you're no longer attached to this individual here, now they're just looking crazy. Because people know that you're obviously not dealing with this individual. So why are they still talking about you? Why are they still trying to joke about you? When people know that they don't know everything that you've been up to, if that's making any sense. And then for others of you, I definitely feel like this was somebody here who was only trying to reap the benefits of your rewards, of your blessings, who only came around when things were going good for you and they wanted to in on the party. They wanted in on your party. We have the Queen of Pentacles right here along with Judgment. But see, you know your value, you know your worth now, you know what you're deserving of. And you're holding people accountable. I'm not saying that you're drudging up the past here, but you're no longer letting things slide. You're no longer letting people slide. You know, it's one thing when somebody truly doesn't know that they've crossed a boundary, but it's another thing when you have spoken and told people several times, you know, hey, please don't do that, or whatever the case is, right? There's only so many times you can say, please don't do that, and they can no longer use the excuse, well, I didn't know, because now they do, but yet they still decided to do it anyway. And that's the type of energy that I feel like whoever I'm reading for right now, you're no longer accepting. You're deciding to let that go with this Four of Pentacles. You know, maybe at one point you felt like you had to hold this person in your life here, right? Because with that Four of Pentacles, it's talking about holding on to something so tightly here because we're feeling a little bit insecure. And especially with that Three of Cups energy, right? Like maybe this is somebody here who is highly intertwined, interwoven with others around you. You know, this is somebody who could be considered the life of the party. Like, everybody knows them. Everybody talks to them, right? So sometimes we feel like, oh, well, you know, maybe I need to keep that person in my life here because, you know what, they can make my life a living hell, or, you know, putting you in a position here where they felt like they were above you. Like, putting you in a position where you felt like you needed them, like you had to rely on them for something. But I also feel like this was the person here who was the cause to most of your problems behind the scenes. Because they're always wrapped up and involved with other people. Either way, you've recognized your value and your worth. I feel like you don't really care about holding on to something here that's only been negatively affecting you. Even with this Ten of Swords, I feel like the ego death was yours as well, too, at the same time. It's like that realization of, what the hell am I doing? And why the hell do I even need this person in my life in the first place? I don't have to tolerate any of this. I don't need to rely on them for anything. Especially when people constantly keep breaking promises. And the Queen of Pentacles, when she's upright, like you are, if it's one thing that I think that you hate the most is people not following through on their word. And there's only so many excuses that you would be able to tolerate and handle. Maybe that's why people are intimidated by you, because of your cutoff game, because of this energy of not taking any shit. And I'm not saying that you don't forgive when you need to, because obviously people make mistakes and we need to grow, but I feel like this has been a constant thing, especially when you get to the Lovers reversed. Like, somebody here had a choice, and they chose not to honor the connection. They chose not to honor the contract. Wow, we have the Eight of Swords. That's what it is. They were trying to keep you confined, keeping you stuck in a mental prison here, wanting you to feel like it was your problem, like you were unworthy, that you weren't able to get out of this, whatever you were in. We do have the Three of Wands here, so I do see you moving forward into the future, regardless, even if it means moving alone, even if it means pursuing something alone. I definitely feel like you were dealing as well with, I don't know, this one particular individual who, I don't know, it's given the energy of them wanting to be seen as someone who was the one helping you. Like, that's what they were getting their ego boost. And maybe that's why they're having this ego death, because you're no longer dealing with them. You know, this... It's interesting. My neighbor just dropped something. You can take that as confirmation. Something's definitely being dropped. I feel like you were able to reverse this mind prison that was laid out for you. This could definitely be somebody here. Again, I don't know who this is. Family, friend, lover, ex-lover. Whoever this person's now an ex in your life. Ex-family member. Take it however it resonates. You have taken action here with the Knight of Wands. You've gained your inspiration again. You're moving forward. You have found your flame. And that's why some kind of balance is ushering in for you at this time. Seven of Swords, that's what it is. Somebody was being sneaky. They were being deceptive. They were being extremely shady. The Seven of Swords is reversed, so I feel like somebody here is being caught. They're being caught in the act. And with this Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords, this is definitely giving communication. Or manipulation of communication. Manipulation of the truth, of facts. It's interesting, too, because the Queen of Pentacles is hidden right here. So it's given the energy of somebody wanted your value, your worth hidden, either from you or from others around you. It's like they didn't want people to see you for who you actually are. But maybe it wasn't until you finally said goodbye that now this person has no leg to stand on. Because whatever they were trying to say, whatever they were trying to cast blame on you for, with this Eight of Swords, and this Eight of Swords could even be pressure from other people. Oh, why would you do that to them? Or they did all of these good things to you. It's like, you know what? You know what pisses me off? Is people who only believe one side of the story, but yet never ask the other party for their side of the story. And maybe for a while you were trying to defend yourself. And I feel like you got to the point where, like, it doesn't matter. But your silence has been your testimony. Four of Wands sideways, yep. Somebody here is losing support. Queen of Swords sideways. And Temperance. Temperance is pretty much going reversed here. Somebody's time is running out to try and mend and fix the situation here. They know that you're never going to see them the same again. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is very corrupt, very immoral, somebody here who bends the truth, the facts, the information, could even alter facts and truth to paint them in a better light. Wow, all of these cups are in the reverse. We have the Eight of Cups. You've walked away towards wish fulfillment. Somebody here is not happy because they were relying on you to maintain this image that maybe you were the enemy. This is somebody... So to your face, they were acting one way. They were saying all the right things, but yet behind your back, they were being deceptive. Getting followers to go up against you, to apply some kind of pressure on you. It's like this pressure campaign to have you submit. I don't know, maybe somebody was trying to claim that you were wild? Universe, tell us more. Right, and all the other people saw was when you would go out and defend yourself, people only saw your reaction. And that could be part of this Queen of Swords energy, right? Especially when it comes to, like, you know how, like, certain people record things and then put online, but like, oh, look what's being happened to me. But they always start recording in the middle of the situation, right? Never before. So there's no context. That's what it is. There's been no context. Somebody's only been showing pieces or portions that paint them in a better light, but they're not showing the whole thing. So you were like, you know what, I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm not playing this game anymore. Because this person will end up revealing themselves when you're no longer in the picture. Because you're not in the picture. You're not involved anymore. So who's the problem? Universe, tell us more, please. They just don't want you to make the changes here. Universe, tell us more. Wheel of Fortune. This balance that is coming in for you, is coming at a loss to somebody else. Queen of Swords upright. Two of Pentacles. The Sun reversed. Death. The Seven of Swords reversed. And the High Priestess reversed. All because somebody here wasn't happy. They had a choice. I feel like whatever you have been doing, living your life, you've been living authentic, you've been living true. You know your worth, you know your value. You follow through with what it is that you promise. You're very genuine, you're very authentic. You keep it real here with the Queen of Swords. Most people can't handle realness. And I'll tell you why they can't handle it. Because they themselves don't feel like they can be authentic. They're hiding from their own selves. And that intimidates people. You intimidate these people, so they'd rather keep you small. Either way, a choice here was made. A decision was made. And somebody here is being caught for the choice that they made to be shady, to be deceptive, to try and sabotage you in life. Like, this is somebody here who seriously had a bridge to burn with you. For no reason. It's like it's like V for Vendetta. They had a vendetta against you. Because of the way that you intimidated them. Because of the way that you shined. Because of the way that you don't have to be shady. You are real. So we have a High Priestess in the reverse. This is somebody here who needs validation from other people. This is somebody here who does not commune with the divine, with source, with the universe. This is somebody here who's also not happy. You know, in the traditional tarot, it's the child that is riding on the horse waving his flag, their flag, symbolizing that the inner child can be free, completely healed, no longer trapped. This is somebody here who, I don't know, maybe they have a lot of childhood trauma or a lot of... They're carrying something here where they don't feel like they can actually be themselves. They don't feel like they can actually come out and play. They don't feel like they can be freely themselves. This is somebody here who needs constant attention, constant validation. You made a choice. You left the emotions out of it when you decided to end something and move on. Maybe you've been trying to give somebody here enough grace. And maybe you try to do that because you're like, you know what? I've known this person for so long, or, you know, this person is they're my parent, or they're my whatever. I have to do the right thing. But why is it that you always have to do the right thing? It's a two-way street. Relationships are a two-way street. And people's unhealed shit... I'm getting really tired of people using their unhealed shit as an excuse. And I feel like you decided to no longer keep accepting that excuse anymore. This is coming at a loss to them. You're receiving some kind of blessing here. People are now crying in grief here because they now understand what they've lost. You have the Earth Angel running away from this High Priestess. Because somebody here claimed to be something that they're not. To be someone that they're not. I have strong Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini energy here. Taurus as well. You're almost at the finish line. And somebody was just trying to create roadblocks, obstacles from you getting to where you need to be. It's like they were trying to destroy you. I feel like somebody only ended up destroying themselves because now their choices are coming back to bite them in the butt. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. I don't know if this is somebody here who thought that you were trying to compete with them. This is also giving the energy of, I feel like the reason why they made this choice to come after you in the first place is because they felt like you were doing something to them a long time ago. So they felt like you had to put them in their place, or that you were still holding on to something from the past because they were still holding on to something from the past. I don't think these people understand that you've already forgiven them for what they've done, and you've moved on because you recognize that the problem isn't yours. But they continue to try to, like, beat you and force you into that cage. Kind of like putting a bird in a cage here. We have joy. They didn't want you to be joyful. They didn't want you to be happy. They couldn't. Maybe that's part of the reason that pissed them off, is that you're still happy. And they were like, oh, I can't have that. I can't have them think that they won. I don't think you were trying to win. I think you were just doing you and following your truth. Balance is being ushered in. Balance is coming in. These people are not, look at them. They're not happy about it. They're not happy about this balance. They don't want things to be balanced. They don't want to have to pay up. They want you to come back, Earth Angel, Star Seed, however you identify, whatever your pronoun is in the spiritual community. Chosen one. At the end of the day, we're all children of the universe. We all have the capability. But I digress. Please don't come for me. I'm just saying. Universe, tell us more. Despondence. Somebody here has been living in their own reality, and they're not happy that they have to pay up because they were looking at things differently than what you are. They never even took a chance to even try and understand your truth, again, because they felt highly intimidated by you, by your authenticity here. Somebody here is definitely living in La La Land with this despondence card. Maybe very upset that you were still happy. They're like, I don't understand. Why is the collective still happy? Why are they so happy? Because you moved on. You don't live in the past. You don't dwell in the past. You focus on the present and you live for your future. I don't know, maybe there's people here who do not have the ability to forgive. Who do not have the ability to see the bigger picture. Definitely a soulmate here. See, something here is being balanced out now because I feel like that now that your energy is separated, maybe now they're understanding that they should have been grateful the whole time that you were in their life. They should have been grateful that you were in their life this whole time. But instead, they wanted to control the angel. They wanted to control a divine being. Because it made them feel better about themselves. They didn't want to put in the work. Universe, tell us more, please. Sorry if I'm laughing, y'all. I can hear one of my cats snoring. It's the cutest thing. Universe, tell us more, please. You know, even when I started off this reading, like, I was feeling like this, I don't know, it's like these people wanted you to be afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of yourself? Or they wanted you to be afraid of what they would do to you? Maybe if you didn't fall in line? I feel like you're not afraid anymore. Because you know that if you kept holding on to that fear, right, you would never be able to receive your blessings. This balance wouldn't be able to come in for you. Maybe after a while you were like, you know what? It's not working anymore. This isn't working anymore. And the more that you keep asking those questions, why, the more that the universe is going to shine that light on for you, and you're going to get the answers. False person in the reverse. Somebody was trying to paint the picture that you were the false person. That you were fake, that you were a fraud, that you were a phony, that you weren't real. All because they were highly intimidated by who you are. You've put in a lot of hard work, toil and labor into being who you are, into creating the life that you've wanted. Adjudication in the reverse, in courtship, mature woman. Wow, with this adjudication, I honestly feel like a decision here in regards to a relationship is not going in your favor. Not going in their favor, excuse me. Something here is not debatable anymore. It's not debatable anymore. You're done. You're done. You're just giving up. You're giving up. We have house in the reverse. There can definitely be a mature woman involved. This could be you, male or female, but you're just somebody here who is like a mature feminine, or you're, you know, this could be a masculine and feminine energy here. Like maybe you've had to be your own feminine here. You've had to nurture and care for yourself. Take this however it resonates, male or female, but this is somebody here who has become extremely mature, right? Who takes care of themselves when they need to. With this house in the reverse, I feel like some kind of stability, some kind of foundation here is getting ready to be taken away. I'm getting it's like they're positioning. Because look at that big, beautiful house. You know, that nice gated house here. I don't know, I'm getting tower. It feels like a tower moment. Like something here that was built falsely is going to come crumbling down. And the only reason why they were able to sustain something, to sustain their delusion, is because they were able to cast you in that negative light. Trying to claim that you were a false person here, but negating all of the work and the effort that you've put in to be the person that you are. So this is even somebody who never even really got a chance to know you because they don't really know themselves, or else they wouldn't be hiding from their own trauma. They wouldn't be hiding from their own shadow. That's the truth. Universe, tell us more. Whoever this person is, they're going on a journey. Somebody could be physically being taken away. We have community in the reverse, main female, unexpected income in the reverse, sudden wealth in the reverse, wealthy man in the reverse. Whew. This person is not receiving what they thought they were going to receive. I don't know if somebody here was doing something because they thought that they were going to be able to cash in. I feel like they're going to have to pay up. Somebody here wanted to be seen as the wealthy man, male or female. This is somebody here who wanted to be seen as somebody who was abundant, who was blessed, who was in, the universe's favor. That's part of the image, the reality that they casted, that they tried to create here. Yours, they tried to be you. They tried to make you out to be the false person in order to cover who they actually are, the fact that they're running away from their own shadow. Now they're being put on their own journey. This person's going to be, person's going to be very far away from you. And I honestly feel like with this community card in the reverse, I feel like it also came at a detriment to the other people that are involved. Because they witnessed, right, with that Four of Wands, they witnessed everything that went on, but they didn't speak up. Maybe due to their own insecurities as well. They didn't speak up when they had a chance. Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Then we're going to get back and we're going to find out who these people could be. I will be right back, y'all. Hi, everybody. I am back. What I also got when I was going to the bathroom was these are people that wanted to make you dependent on them because they wanted you to not believe in other people. So these are people who could have purposely held back from you certain things or certain assistance here, but only had given you just enough to make you feel like you could rely on them, but enough to implant that feeling of, oh, I can't really rely and trust on other people. What they were really trying to tell you is that you couldn't really trust and rely on them. So don't let that stop you from receiving blessings in your positive relationships. Don't let them talk you out of your spot. Universe, please give us some character clues. Who could this or these people be for the collective? What are some character clues? Somebody here could have unhealthy habits. They could be a smoker. They could have substance abuse issues. I don't know, maybe somebody here has hygiene issues. We have a boomer. Somebody here could be a boomer. We have red clothing here at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could wear a lot of red. Maybe they wear red for work. Maybe it's like part of their work uniform. Like maybe their smock or something. I don't know. Do they still call them smocks or do they call them aprons? I don't know. I haven't worked retail in years. Somebody here could have brown eyes. I just heard Lady Gaga's brown eyes. Somebody could be a Lady Gaga fan. Or somebody here was like trying to pull you in with their brown eyes or with their puppy dog eyes. I don't know, something like that. Universe, tell us more. Please give us some character clues. This person is definitely older than you. Maybe they felt like they had more authority over you because they felt like they were older than you, so they should be in charge of you. Or they could have even been trying to have this image being painted of you that you needed to be taken care of. That there was something wrong with you, that maybe you were the unhealthy one. Again, with that whole role reversal here. Just because of your ability to be able to call them out. on their bullshit and make them stand on business with that judgment card. Like you're not a pushover. I also don't feel like you're somebody here who's you don't do things out of. You're not gonna get back at somebody just to get back at them because they stole your straw 2 years ago type of energy. You know what I mean? I feel like you're just somebody else like, hey, you know what? Please don't do that again. I did not appreciate the way that that made me feel. And I feel like you're very open and honest about things. And that just really intimidates people because it makes them, people don't like to sit with themselves. People don't want to take a good hard look at themselves, especially when they're in that despondence energy. Because it contradicts the reality that they're telling themselves, right? They don't want to take accountability in order to maintain a healthy relationship. Universe. Somebody here could have long hair. Maybe somebody here doesn't wash their hair as much as they should. I'm just saying, gotta get a message. Somebody here could be an islander. Somebody here could have short hair. There's a lot of pink here so far. Something here about the color pink. Somebody here could drive a black car. We have an acquaintance. This person could even be trying to like shit talk you to their acquaintances, to anybody else who would listen. We have best friend. Somebody could try to use your own best friend to go against you. Maybe trying to block you from having meaningful relationships. You could also be receiving a blessing here from an acquaintance. Maybe an acquaintance of you and this person and this group here who has been seeing what's been going on. And maybe they want to give you some kind of a blessing here. Universe, give us some character clues. Somebody could be an immigrant. Maybe somebody here immigrated from an island. We have a motorcycle. Somebody here could wear a motorcycle. Somebody here could be... We have a boomer. I don't know if this is like somebody's parent who helped this person out. Maybe somebody's parent immigrated from an island. And it's like somebody and their parent have been going against you. Maybe somebody has also even been trying to keep like watchful eyes on you, maybe by using their acquaintances or using their friends to go to find out information on you to, with this black car, this gives me like also like surveillance. Trying to find information on you to use against you. Universe, give us some more character clues. Please. Okay. I mean, really? Somebody here doesn't want to be seen for who they are. They don't want to show their face. They like to throw rocks, but they don't like to show their face, right? I understand this energy very well because I'm the type of person that if I got something to say, I'm going to say it to your face. I'm not going to say it behind your back. And even if I do say something behind your back, it's something I would definitely say to your face. I'm the type of person that will roll up to your house, knock on your door, and be like, hey, so I heard you said this about me. Let's have a conversation. I'm that type of person. So I get it, collective. I get it. And then people think that you're stuck up. No, just keep it real. Somebody here could have wavy hair. Somebody here could have a tooth gap. There could be an Aries involved somehow. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Or somebody here maybe feels like they're the leader. They're the boss. When in all actuality, they aren't. I mean, not with all their unhealthy habits. You ain't leading nobody. Somebody here could also wear a lot of green. Maybe they wear a lot of green and red. I don't know. I just heard the Christmas tree shop. Maybe somebody works at the Christmas tree shop. I don't even know if the Christmas tree shop is still open. We have a Pisces here as well. So we have fire and water here. Something here doesn't mix. We have polar opposites. This could be somebody in your family that you're like a polar opposite of. That motorcycle came out. Somebody here could definitely drive a motorcycle. Could drive a Harley or one of those crotch rockets. Again, not trying to say that with shade. I'm too small to ride either. Unless anybody out there knows of a motorcycle that somebody who's 5'2" and 100 pounds could drive, I would greatly appreciate it. Because I want to feel the wind on my face. Somebody here could be brunette. Somebody here could be light-skinned. We do have a Capricorn here as well. We have a millennial. So there's definitely an age gap. Definitely a difference here between generations. Maybe somebody are stuck in their ways here as a boomer. Maybe this is I don't know. This could be a boomer immigrant who's still stuck on, you know, how the world was back in the day. We do have a gamer here at the bottom of the deck. Somebody here could play a lot of video games, or this is somebody who just plays a lot of games in general. This is somebody who doesn't take anything serious. Somebody here could be European. I just heard the song from Legally Blonde, the musical, Is He Gay or European? Somebody here is definitely trying to hide some part of themselves. I'm not trying to say that they're in the closet like that, but somebody here is definitely trying to hide who they really are. Somebody here could be really rugged, likes the outdoors, maybe works with their hands. We have a man that came out. Actually, that man came out in the reverse. So maybe this is a grown-ass man who acts like a boy still, who acts like a child. We have piercings. Somebody here could have piercings. That could be you, it could be them. Or somebody here is trying to... It's like they're trying to pierce you, trying to put a tag on you, trying to claim some kind of ownership over you. Universe, tell us more, please. Universe, tell us more, please. We have a jury and a criminal and a felon. A jury here is definitely weighing out some kind of evidence here. This is somebody here who already has a record. Maybe this is somebody here who was trying to hide from their record in the past and trying to claim that they were, you know, on the up and up, that they were on the good side now. And the best way to do that was to try and have, you know, people believe that they were in the same energy as you, and maybe try to make it feel like you weren't giving them a chance, right? I could be somebody here who is using that sob story of like, oh, they're always attacking me. They're not letting me grow. They're not letting me be better type of energy here. But now somebody here is weighing out all of the evidence. I have a karmic masculine. This is somebody here who acts like a dick because they only think with their dick. I said it. Somebody here who has a record. So they have a long list of things that they've done. Maybe somebody did not learn their lesson the first time. Smiles in your face and talks behind your back. We have racket, exploitation disguised as opportunity. This is somebody here who likes to invent these opportunities. Like I said, they try to paint things out to be so good to you, but in all actuality, it's just exploitation here. Because this is somebody here who cannot be trusted. You can't take them for their word. They're just trying to exploit you. They're trying to exploit your good heart, your kind nature here. Because again, you have forgiven people for what they've done in the past. But that's what these people are not understanding. You have forgiven for what has happened. And you understand the bigger picture. You can see the bigger picture. You know why people are doing the moves that they are, that it really has nothing to do with you. And that's why you forgive them for yourself, because you're like, you know what, that was really nothing to do with me in the first place. So that's why you don't harbor that hate or that vengeance in your heart. But these people think that you did, and that's why you were being extra hard on them. When in all actuality is, you were just focusing on yourself and what you were willing to allow into your life. Because you wanted better for yourself. And I also feel like what these people didn't understand at the time is that whatever it is that you were working on in life, and I feel like they stopped you and blocked you from a lot of opportunities and a lot of blessings here, which I really do feel like it altered the timeline, not just for you, but for others that you were supposed to affect, right? They stopped the flow. It's like they tried to reroute the flow. They tried to create some kind of a dam in order to reroute the flow for them. Or to, what's that word that I'm looking for? To consolidate all of the flow for themselves. I don't think these people understood that they felt like they had to redirect you, stop your flow, in order to keep you attached to them so they could get the little peanuts. When if they just let you go, never been vengeful towards you in the first place, you would have shared. You were the earth angel sent to them with that 5 of Cups. You were the divine being that was placed in their life for a reason, but they decided to choose attention from other people instead of owning up to their contract with their divine being. Because you had more than enough love to give everybody. What these people don't understand is that your view of them has soured in your heart. And you're realizing, you know what? You people have a lot more work that you need to do. And it's not saying that you don't have love for them in your heart, but it's better if they stay over there. And there's nothing wrong with that. Universe, tell us more, please. Other people are now weighing the truth. They're weighing the evidence. They're seeing what has happened. People could even be talking behind the scenes. Okay, universe, that was way too many all at once. Somebody here, I mean, whoever these people are, they could even be trying to, like, even now, they're still trying to, like, with all that mess that came out, it's like they're still trying to distort the truth. And maybe that's why the jury is trying to, whoever these people are that are weighing the truth and the evidence, is trying to shift through everything. Because even now, they're still being fed more lies. Universe, tell us more, please. Intimidation. Act of making somebody feel fearful or threatened, often to influence their behavior or decisions. They were trying to intimidate you. Lives in the past, can't move on, scared of change. Is it people who are scared? of change. They're living in the past. I already knew it. We have unrequited, not reciprocated or oh my god. Not reciprocated or returned in kind, one-sided love. Let me add a T. Somebody here who lacks emotional maturity. Because they smile in your face, they talk behind your back, they think that everything's a game. They think that everything's a game. And they think that, oh, they'll always be forgiven. Or that their shit don't stink. And that it's all gonna be okay the next day. It's not. People remember that shit. We have self-medicating, using substances or anything else to escape, numb, or avoid emotional pain. It's not about how much you do it, it's about why you do it. And the reason why they do it is because they're running away from their own shadow. You know, we all have the same amount of time in a day. We all do. They chose how to spend theirs, and you choose how to spend yours. Universe, tell us more, please. Universe, tell us more. Stolen inheritance. They could have even been doing this to try and steal some kind of inheritance off of you. If this is like a sibling, or even somebody else in your family, like an aunt or an uncle, something like that, who doesn't feel like you deserve to receive something here. I don't know why. Maybe just because they're a sour-ass bitch. We have forced isolation, cutting someone off from their support networks to make them more vulnerable. Maybe that's what they were trying to do, force you into isolation. Because they wanted you all to themselves. Right? Because I have people in my family do this to me. Oh, you shouldn't be friends with that person. They're putting things in your head. People who are complacent. To be self-satisfied and unconcerned about potential problems or dangers, often to the point of being unaware or neglecting necessary actions. People are complacent. They're neglecting necessary actions. And maybe you could be the type of person that warns people of dangers. Like, hey, just wanted, and you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart. Like, hey, look out, be careful. And they took it as an attack as opposed to a warning. Again, maybe they thought that you were a goody two-shoes here. The authorities already know. So the authorities are involved and they already know. Getaway car? Vehicle used by criminals to quickly leave the scene of a crime? Maybe it's that black car? Can also represent a relationship used as an escape from another relationship? So this is somebody here that uses people. We have a fuck girl that's involved here. We have a cold case. Something unresolved returns from the past. Oh boy. Maybe this criminal felon. Maybe there's a cold case that is being recognized here. Maybe that's this justice that is going to be taking place with that Six of Pentacles and that balance. Maybe they're trying to claim that you drove the getaway car. I don't know. Or maybe this is somebody that was trying to act like they turned their life around. And maybe they're trying to claim that you were the one. I don't know. Maybe somebody is already being investigated. The authorities already know, and they try to pin it on you. That you were the one that did something to them? Or that you're the one that did something? I don't know. A cold case is about to be cracked here. And again, we have this complacent here at the bottom of the deck. Obstruction, blocking a path or truth. Somebody's being evicted and kicked to the curb in either a home, job, or an organization. All because they're emotionally reserved and reluctant to open up to others, often due to past negative experiences or fear of being vulnerable. This is somebody who could be a peeping Tom? What? So this person's being caught up by their own secret life. I did say here that somebody here was having some kind of secret life, and it could involve some kind of cold case about them being a peeping Tom. Maybe having to do with some kind of black car. Maybe a black car that they used. Maybe this person doesn't even own this car anymore. Maybe it's one of their older cars. And then somebody here could have been using someone to escape from another relationship. This could even be somebody here using, like, say this person's connected to like a spouse or a partner in some kind of way, right? Maybe they're using their spouse as a getaway car. One, to be an alibi. And two, as someone that they can use to gang up against you. And maybe that's why somebody here has been complacent here, because they've seen the warning signs, but they're refusing to accept that there's danger ahead, and that the person that they're connected to is going to be their own downfall as well. Maybe they're being kicked out, and somebody here is being arrested. The authorities already know what is up, and the evidence is being weighed. There could be a grand jury here in regards to a cold case, a grand jury proceeding. Somebody here is obsessed and bothered. A state of being preoccupied with someone or something to the point of distress. These people are so obsessed and bothered by you that they're at the point of distress. It implies strong, often negative, emotional attachment and a feeling of being troubled or annoyed by the object of obsession. Excuse me. You can take that burp as confirmation. These people are annoyed. You are the object of their obsession. They are troubled and annoyed by you. Because of your ability, because of your heart of doing the right thing, of speaking truth. That's what earth angels do. They speak truth. So somebody is trying to say that you are out to get them. So it's easier to paint you as the enemy and the villain, so that people wouldn't listen to you, so people wouldn't respect you, so people wouldn't value you. All so they can still get away with whatever the hell they've been doing in their own secret life. But the authorities already know, so if you're watching, you can hit the dislike button, because I know it's been you that's been disliking the past videos for the past 2 weeks. You're the only one that dislikes my videos. I mean, do you really think that's going to make me sad? Do you think I'm going to go cry because you disliked my video? No, because I obviously know it says a lot more about you than it does about me. None of this is my life. I'm just reading cards for y'all. I'm just doing what God sent me to do. The authorities already know. Somebody here is being interrogated. Somebody is going to be being interrogated, being asked to tell the truth, to ask questions of someone, especially a suspect or a prisoner, closely, aggressively, or formally. Somebody else could have taken the fall for this. And maybe now that person, whoever's in prison now, who took the fall for something, is now confessing and coming clean. As they should, because they don't belong in there. Put the rightful person behind bars. And the authorities already know. Instant gratification. Desire to experience immediate pleasure or satisfaction without delay or postponement. They want what they want it now, they don't want to wait, they don't like being called out, they don't like to follow the rules. And then they were trying to snuff out an earth angel, is what it feels like. Forcing you into isolation, not wanting people to believe in you, Not wanting you to believe in you, not wanting you to access your gifts, but wanting to come around you so that way you can offer them the words of wisdom and inspiration that they need in order to fuel them, to give them that ego boost, so that way they can go talk more shit about you behind your back. Maybe to people that you don't even know. And part of that forced isolation here, maybe some of y'all are like, why am I still single? Right? Why is nobody, maybe you're on dating apps trying to like meet new people, right? Trying to make new friends. And you're like, why? It's because this person has permeated themselves into into your communities to the point where everybody has some type of idea of who you are that is not real. But once that person gets caught, and the authorities already know, especially when you're dealing with a career criminal. You know, maybe somebody got out and they just started working a little bit smarter. But what they didn't count on was the divine universe, God stepping in, because God sees all. Universe, what is the tea? What is the tea, universe? It's already 10 p.m. I don't think I'm gonna put this video in CapCut, which I've only been doing it just to make it up to 4K. It's probably gonna be a little bit of a longer read, so I'm just gonna upload it as it is. So that way, hopefully you guys can see this still today. Somebody who's crying over you, they're talking shit because they're in legal issues. They talk shit, but they're crying over you. So they paint this facade that, oh, I'm really hurt, I'm really sad that the collective doesn't want to talk to me or deal with me anymore. But yet, they're going to talk shit about you to other people. So if they actually cared about you, they wouldn't be running their mouth. That's the truth. You either care or you don't. You either care or you don't. Again, relationships are a two-way street. You can't be claiming to some people, oh, I'm really hurt and upset by what they did to me, da-da-da-da, and then you use that to talk shit. Why has nobody ever told this person, well, if you really feel this way about them, why don't you talk to them about it? No, why don't these people come to you and be like, hey, such and such said they had a problem with you, that you did this, and then they can get your side of the story. No, they didn't do that either. So everybody's at fault here. Plain and simple. It's like a bully trying to claim that you were a bully. Like, this is somebody here who comes around and steals your lunch money, but yet is telling everybody else out there that you stole their lunch money. Like, seriously? We have running, and we have love on the brain. You ran away from somebody here who's just dreaming, fantasizing, very nostalgic, very despondent. You're like, I don't have time for this. We have carless. Somebody here could be carless. This could even be you. You could be carless. You could literally be at the point of not having anything here, because nobody wanted to help you. Somebody could also be having car issues. Maybe their car is being repoed. Somebody here is definitely, you've been moving in silence. Somebody here is moving in silence. Somebody here is unbothered. You're like, whatever. Somebody here has been trying to force things on you because you're uninterested. You're unbothered, uninterested, and somebody's trying to force their will over you. You cannot control people's free will. Stop doing it. I'm one of those people. The more that you tell me to do something, the more I'm not going to do it. You can try to force something all you want, but it's not going to work how you want it to. People have tried. And people have stopped trying because I'm not that bitch. I'll burn it all down before I give in to force. Trust me on that one. Whew. Collective, your energy today is like, you are taking you're not taking any names today. It's like you're not taking prisoners. You're not. You are swinging that sword and you're like, I'm not taking prisoners today. I'm not taking the prisoners. Absolutely not. Continue to move in silence. Continue to move in silence, because somebody's also trying to maybe use some kind of information against you in the legal system. This could even be somebody who is, this is somebody here who lives a secret life, who does shady things behind the scenes, and then maybe even try to even get you caught up in legal issues here by creating some kind of false reports here. And they only ended up getting themselves investigated because the authorities already know. You don't think they're gonna do their due diligence? You think that officers and investigators only go to one side of the story? How else do you collect evidence? They have to figure out the whole spiel. Am I right? Or am I wrong? They don't just take anything at face value. You don't just go to court and be like, this right here, this is not a book. This is a donkey. You don't think the court system's going to be like, well, I need proof that that's not a book and that that's a donkey now. Like, that's how outlandish and crazy somebody has been. Trying to gain some kind of inside scoop by using fake accounts. Somebody could have even gone as far as to make fake accounts here. Somebody wants to give you an offer here because you're reflecting. You're moving on. This is strong hermit energy. Somebody here is fishing for comments. They want to know what you know. Somebody here who steals your work, your ideas, duplicates you, tries to feed off of you. Now they're at risk of even losing their own children. All because they don't like the fact that you're a boss daddy or boss mommy. Take however it resonates. They just want to waste your time by coming to kiss your ass. Because they want an ego boost with this fishing for comments here. And they want to know what it is that you're up to so they know how to best mimic you now. Continue to move in silence. Continue to keep them out of your life. There are screenshots here about a delusional person who has been trying to cyberbully you using fake accounts. You can delete shit all you want, but those companies still keep a record. This could be karmic friends, or this is somebody here who has been using, maybe it's their friends, maybe it's a whole group of karmics here. You're being asked to dust this off here. Don't be upset that their ego is hurt and has gotten in the way of their own relationships, because again, it's a two-way street. People here could have even been trying to abuse divination to find out what you've been up to get that scoop on you. Listen, whoever you pray to, whatever deity you believe in, all you have to do is pray to them and just say, hey, may no one be able to get any information on me, be able to abuse divination against me without my consent or my permission, right? And when you click on a YouTube video to watch a reading, that's you giving consent, right? That's giving you permission, for that person to tap into your energy. But you can just decline people access to your energy. It's your energy. It's your power. Declare it so. You are sovereign. You are a sovereign being. But these people don't want you to believe that they are. That's why that mental prison comes into play. Our mind is a powerful thing. It shapes and creates our realities every moment of the day. They don't want you to know how powerful you are. They want you to put them above yourself. They want to limit your thinking. Don't let them do it. Do not let them do it. And maybe for a long time they were able to get away with things because of the perception that you held of them. Right? Maybe you've always known that these people have been shady, but again, you're like, you know what, it's fine. I'll just forgive them. I'll move on because I have to. They're my family. And even then, that gives them the grace and it saves them from the karma. But I feel like what has happened, I feel like they were never saved. They were only able to delay it. And it all has piled up. Right? Kind of like those bills, those collection notices, they have piled up. Because now, you no longer granted them the extension. Because of your perception. Universe, tell us more. Somebody here has been getting a room. Hotel, motel, suit, business, pleasure. Somebody has been doing secret, shady dealings behind the scenes. It looks like dark rooms. Meeting in dark rooms to discuss you. You have been sexually protected. Somebody could even gone as far as to even try and send maybe their acquaintances, their friends your way. In order to, I don't know, get you wrapped up in something sexual here. In order for you to, I don't know, maybe get an STD. Or have an entity attached to you. Or to make you, again, have those feelings for somebody else. To keep your mind preoccupied with something else. With something false. Somebody here is going through a bank failure. Maybe these people have been getting a room or getting together because they know they're going through a bank failure here. Like I said, somebody is going to have to pay up. Maybe somebody stole an inheritance from you and now they need to pay up. So now they're all getting together like, our plan has crumbled. Our plan has fallen apart. The collective isn't buying it anymore. They've gotten stronger than we've ever thought that they could. Well, they forced you to. Universe, tell us more. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear that what they did was wrong. That they did something out of ego. They don't want to hear it. These fake ass bitches. Somebody wanted to put you in your place. But how can they put you in their place if they never even got a chance to know you? And how do they know who belongs in what place if they don't even... That's the thing. They wanted you to put them in their... They wanted you to be in their place. And for them to be in your place. So that's why they were trying to make you, have you check yourself. As copycat. As copycat who mimicked you. Maybe they did that whole mimicking thing because they're a career criminal. Because again, they have that secret life. They don't want people to know who they really are. And what they're really doing. And how they're only self-serving. Somebody here who destroyed their whole life. Completely ruined. They destroyed their whole life. And maybe this is somebody here who's been able to get away with scapegoats. Everybody's always the problem. Well, with the evidence that the jury is seeing, somebody here is going to be confronted with the fact that they shattered their own life. And somebody here is now falling into deep depression. Now they're crying over you like, oh, why did I do that? You know exactly what you were doing in the moment. And you're being cleared because everyone's finding out that you were just fighting for what you love. You were just claiming what is yours. Going back to what I said earlier, right? Like maybe somebody was trying to present evidence that you were angry, that you were vengeful, right? Only because they would show you fighting for yourself, you fighting, for what is right, for what is yours. But they would never show the full context of what caused you to have that reaction. So they were trying to use your own reactions against you. To make it claim that you were crazy, that you were hateful, that you were vengeful. But they never wanted to tell you what they did in order to elicit that reaction out of you. They don't want to hear it. People who never want to take accountability. They don't like being told that what they did was wrong. They don't like it. They don't like it. This is somebody here who could, I It's like, I'm trying to find a good analogy here. You know, this is somebody here who could, for example, like, you know how we have like the red light cameras? This is somebody who could have, this is just an example of the energy. But like, it's getting a ticket for passing a red light, right? You were caught on camera, going to court, being presented with the evidence of them actually, you know, not following through with the rule of law and actually passing the red light, and them still telling the judge, that's not real, that's not true. It's like that's the type of energy that we're dealing with. People who will deny it even when it's right in front of their face. They don't want to hear it. They don't take any accountability. Ever. People who are just putting on a show. That they're the best thing in this world, and woe is me. You don't know what I've suffered with. That's why I feel like I can get away with whatever. Again, your unhealed trauma is yours to deal with. It's nobody else's, and it can no longer be used as an excuse. Look at the state of the world that we're in. We have half the world thinking that, you know, because of everything that they've been through, that they're entitled to treat people and do whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want. And that's not okay. There is some kind of recording here, some kind of evidence that has been gathered, collected, has been saved. It is going to be announced. Truth is going to be revealed. Be very cautious at this time here. Again, continue to move in silence. Not everybody's on your side. You don't know who's really working with these people, unfortunately, at this time. Until the truth gets revealed to everybody, like once this person finally gets caught up, then you'll know who to trust. Somebody here is definitely being kicked to the curb. Somebody here is definitely being evicted. And they're still going through that bank failure. Universe, give us one more, please. Thank you. You were too smart for their own betrayal. They only ended up betraying themselves. They ended up trying to backstab you. They thought that they got one over you. But you were too emotionally intelligent. Maybe you let them think that they won something. But the game is over. The game is over. Somebody here trying to fulfill a fantasy life. Trying to live outside of reality. This hater who cannot stand anybody else doing better than them, especially those that they're connected to. It's all about their image, and it's all about how they're seen. They think that everything's a game. Well, their game is now over. And you're being highly blessed at this time. And I feel like you're being blessed. Being blessed by a relationship. You're going to be receiving gifts from people, from your new friends, from your new soul tribe, right in front of them. And I feel like that's not even the icing on the cake. What the icing on the cake is them having to pay up what they took from you. So on top of that, not only are they seeing you receive all these blessings, but now they have to pay you too. It's a double hit. And then they're probably going to be sitting in a jail cell somewhere. Universe. What doors are available to the collective? The door of sovereignty. The door of sovereignty. Self-determination, liberty, freedom, free will, and release. You have been released from whatever cage these people try to put you in. And it's all because of your courage. It's all because of your strength, your bravery, your confidence, your resilience. The door of visions. Foresight, revelation, prophecy, sight, senses, and apparition. Ooh, like I said, some of your skills are upgrading here. Whoever I'm speaking to, Collective, you know when I said you were a truth speaker? Maybe you have the gift of revelation. You have the gift of prophecy, the gift of foresight. Right? And people think that, yes, it's a gift from the divine. But the way that it works is by being able to study and analyze patterns. Everything that will happen has already happened. Why do you think we study case law? The door of compassion, empathy, kindness, mercy, benevolence, and humanness. People wanted you to lose your heart, but you didn't. You didn't lose your compassion. And I'm not saying that you still don't have compassion for these people, right? But just because you have compassion for them doesn't mean that they don't need to deal with their own consequences and learn, hopefully learn. Universe, please give us an affirmation for whoever this reading is for, please. For those of you that have stayed this long in this video, thank you. Why are none of my shortcuts are working on my keyboard, and that's making me very sad. If this reading, yep, it's not going to work. But either way, if this reading has resonated with you, please click that like button. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell. That way you guys can be up to date on when I upload. And if you would like to support the channel, you can gain early access to my readings. And you can also access them ad-free by joining the memberships. There's only $1.99 a month. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective, please. Okay, I'm going to take the one that flipped over. Ideal partnership. I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. Leave that down below in the comments. I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. Amen. Absolutely. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. Put this up just in case you guys want to see. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective, please. Thank you. We have number 11, embrace. Believe in yourself and others to discover a deeper importance to your being. Recognize that your interactions with others are important. Healthy relationships require a lot of work to maintain them. In many parts of the world, hugging is recognized as a familiar kind of greeting, in addition to being a manner of acknowledgement or support and reassurance for someone else. Ganesha is encouraging you to maintain a compassionate heart, be nurturing towards yourself and others. There will be a lot to be gained from seeing things from a practical or down-to-earth perspective when it comes to dealing with others or pertaining to your present circumstances. Focus on creating a balanced life for yourself. Remember that more can be accomplished when you are serene. Be imaginative and helpful. Deal with issues as they arise. Keep your wits about you while you determine the best course of action and seek simple solutions to fix the problem with minimal fuss. Depending on the relationship of the people involved, a hug can symbolize familiarity, love, affection, or friendship. A person may hug another in a show of support, comfort, or to console. There is an exchanging of energy that takes place when you give and receive at the same time. all about maintaining healthy relationships. And a part of maintaining healthy relationships is knowing when to cut off the unhealthy ones. And even if that means letting them talk. Universe, please give us a passage of the Book of Happy. Breathe deep for happiness. When you're feeling stressed and unhappy, take a moment to repeat the simplest mantras. Ah. The simple sound is far more powerful than you may think. You're giving yourself permission to release that pain in your neck or anywhere else and return to being happy. Muscle tension is often a reflection of energy that is being held hostage in the body. As a result, the body becomes depleted of oxygen. Circulating fresh oxygen deep in your body helps you release this pent-up energy. Go ahead, fill up your belly with breath, inflate it now, fully, like a balloon. Allow your mouth to open slightly and release a nice ah sound. I'm going to read this one too, from James Dean, the American actor. Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today. And that is what I have for y'all tonight. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light. Oh, and for those of you that have made it this far, let me know down below which zodiac sign I should do next for the July readings. Alrighty, y'all. I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.